Welcome to Career Keys video series on achieving career and college success. I'm Dr. Lawrence Jones, counseling psychologist and president of Career Key. In this video, we will look at the second step, how to make a good career and education decision. Consequences. Once you narrow your choices down to those that seem best, you want to ask yourself, what are the costs, the risks, the benefits for each option? There are 4 types of consequences to consider: gains and losses to yourself, gains and losses to significant others, approval or disapproval of yourself, and approval or disapproval of significant others. We'll go over these 4 types in a minute, but first I want to introduce you to what is called a decision balance sheet. There you see it on the right. Using it, you write down the pros and cons for each option. So if you're thinking of 5 occupations, for example, you would print out 5 balance sheets. You can download a balance sheet from the Career Key website and make the number you need. Just go to the article, Decision-Making Process, and download it there. There is no charge. Let's take a look at how you would use them. Imagine you were considering a career as an optometrist. You would write that in at the top, and then you would consider the first type of consequence, gains and losses to yourself. What would those be if you were to choose optometrist? You might write down that the pay is good, that you find that attractive, but you also think of working indoors as a minus, and you would put that under a loss. The second is gains and losses to significant others. This includes individual people like parents, wife or husband, other family members, or close friends. And it also includes groups you value. These might be social, political, or religious. What would they gain or lose by your choice? Here are some possible potential losses or gains that you might consider in completing your decision balance sheet. Things like job security, flexible hours, and social status. The third type of consequence is whether you would approve or disapprove of yourself if you chose this particular option. You might ask yourself, for example, how would you feel about yourself if you chose to be an optometrist? The fourth type of consequence is whether significant others would approve or disapprove of your choice. Let's take a look at how this decision balance sheet might work in thinking about a career option. In this case, a decision that I made. Here's an example of how a decision balance sheet might be done. I didn't do this, but because I didn't know about the ACIP method, but it shows how it can be done. It is my senior year in college, and as you can see, I was thinking about teaching in the Peace Corps. It was one of my career options. These are the gains and losses to myself and others. As a gain, I thought it would be challenging and interesting work, and I would have the opportunity to teach and travel. But on the other hand, I would make little money and might be lonely. And these are the self-approval, disapproval of others that I recall thinking of. On the approval side, I would be pleased to help others and my parents and minister would be pleased too. But on the disapproval side, I would have to delay paying off my student loans and disappoint my college advisor who wanted me to go to graduate school. So these are the options that I was thinking of. Go to graduate school, get a job as a social studies teacher, and of course, teaching in Turkey. If I had known about the ACIP method, I would have completed a decisional balance sheet for each one of these. As it turned out, I was fortunate. I chose to teach for 3 years in a boys' school in Turkey. It was a good decision. I had no regrets. And actually, it worked out far better than I imagined. Since learning about the ACIP method, I have used it many times. It works. The research studies are correct. I use it with all important decisions. I like its simplicity, and it helps you focus on what's important. It is important to think of as many possible consequences as you can and write them down. Gains and losses to myself and others, approval, disapproval of myself and others. Revise and add, take your time. The temptation is to rush through this process and miss important ones, especially the negative ones. Avoid that and you will be rewarded by a good decision. In the next video, we'll explore the third step, actively searching for information.